Good morning.
Good morning.
We are off to an early-ish start. We have some elevation we're starting with, and as you can see,
We woke up in a cloud.
we are literally in the clouds right now. So the air is really damp.
Everything is wet right now. Everything is wet.
Everything's wet.
There's no getting around it.
So we have to be careful because all these rocks are very slippery. But it's nice getting an early start.
We've got 11 miles today.
Yep. Which we should be able to do without any issue as long as the trail cooperates. We had a pretty good night's sleep last night. We were in bed early.
Yeah.
We did hear some coyotes in the distance and heard some owls. We actually had an owl land in front of our tent in the middle of the night, probably about 3 a.m. And he was screaming for a few seconds before he flew away, which was kind of neat. We had 2 through hikers come into the shelter late last night who were southbound. Cornet and Tingers were their trail names. So they started about 6 weeks ago in Katahdin and are working their way south. They're hoping they could do the whole thing, but realistically, they said Harper's Ferry is probably going to be the end of it for them if they can't beat winter. So I got to talk with them for a few minutes. Nice guys. So that's about it. I gotta put this phone away so I can concentrate on not falling, and we'll check in later.
Someone left some more trail magic here. Bottles of water. Whoa!
We just stopped to take a quick snack break. And what are you eating?
I'm having hemp sunflower pumpkin seed by Thunderbird. So good.
Same. I think they're out of Austin, Texas. Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's about,
Go Texan.
we're at this pond, Benedict Pond. Probably can't really see it through the trees, but it's 10:15 and we've done 4 miles so far. So we are on schedule
Ahead of
make
schedule.
to make it to the campsite before dark. So we're doing good.
Yeah. We just met some day hikers. 3 really nice ladies.
They smelled clean.
They smelled very clean. We smell really bad.
You just smell yourself.
Yeah.
It's funny how when you're out here, your body like changes. Like we can smell people, like, and whether they're through hikers or day hikers. Like last night at the shelter, there was a stream that went right by the shelter. That was our water source, and there was a guy that came to fill up water and I smelt him before I saw him. He smelt like a shower. Like an Irish Spring 3-in-1 body wash, shampoo, conditioner thing. And I was like, what does that smell? And then I looked up and there was someone who probably hiked in 2 miles to get water.
Yep. You do. You notice people smelling clean. And you also stop noticing your own stench most of the time until you get into the tent, and then it all kind of builds in there and you're like, oh, it smells bad in here. But you get used to it pretty quickly. And then you don't even notice it. I imagine what these clean day hikers think of us when they come in contact with us. That's the more interesting question. But we should be we're going to try to get to a motel tomorrow. And we're going to shower and wash our clothes and get back on the trail. So looking forward to that.
They don't have laundry though, so we're gonna have to wash everything in the sink or the tub.
We'll make it work.
Dry.
So I'm having this Superfoods baby food right now, and these are really good on the trail to get, you know, your produce, because it's shelf stable. It's easy, pureed, ready to go. So this is pears, green beans, peas, and super chia, which is basically chia seeds. It's okay. There's 4 kinds that we carry. This is probably the least favorite one. The combination of green beans and peas. But they're really good for you. They're really healthy. Good way to get like your, you know, magnesium and vitamin C and stuff like that, which is really important out here.
I had one yesterday that had beets in it. Beets and blueberries and mango, and it was like the best food I've had all week. It was so good. But it's heavy because it's water weight that you're carrying. I think it's worth it.
Very worth it. Benedict Pond. See some duckies over here enjoying it. I guess this is a very popular local spot during the summer. People come up and swim here a lot. So we just stopped for lunch at the Mount Wilcox Shelter. As you can see, it was built in 1939. And it is actually one of the oldest shelters remaining on the AT, which is very cool. These old Adirondack style lean-tos. You can see it's definitely not as nice as some of the newer shelters, but it still does the job if you need to. So we just stopped for lunch. Sparkle's eating her PB&J. And yeah, just taking in the views. Nice job.
Shaker campsite, 4.1 miles north. Or we can push on another 14 miles. What do you say?
I say somewhere in the middle.
Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. Creative. Oh, and that says Tom Lenyard Shelter. 7.1 miles south. So we've done 7.1 miles so far. It's probably around 1:30 p.m.
It's really good.
We're gonna do one last water fill. A couple more miles to go here. And beautiful. It's a very leafy trail.
Shaker campsite, Privy. We're here. Tomorrow, we're going about a mile past Goose Pond Cabin. All right, everyone, check out this campsite. So this is awesome tenting platform right here. And they've got pegs on this all sides so we can tie down our tent. We don't need to stake it down. Our tent is, it's not a freestanding tent, so it does require it to be staked into the ground for it to stand. So with these platforms, a lot of these platforms, they don't have hooks or pegs, so we can't use them. But these ones are awesome because they have pegs on them and they have them on all the sides, so we can tie down our tent and put it on here, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about it getting wet and dirty and muddy, which it did like last night. And that's why on this one, this is the top of our tent, so it's all wet and muddy still from this morning. So I'm gonna let it air out here and then shake off the dirt before we set it up. And then over here, we've got the Privy, nice and conveniently located. And then down here, you'll see bear box to store our food in tonight, which is really important because there have been lots of bear activity around here. So I want to be bear aware. We've got a really nice setup though, nice little fire pit, picnic table. So it should be a nice night.